Well, you know what isn't a palate cleanser?
Death.
Welcome back to You're Done, the podcast for the girls, gays, and theys, hosted by me, Brendan.
And me, Tasha. And on our podcast, we talk about whatever we want, y'all. So strap in or strap on, because today we're yapping about
crazy documentaries. We love a crazy documentary. Yeah.
I think it's like a way to escape our own crazy, because we know that like we're a little bit weird, whatever.
Yeah.
But we're not that weird.
It definitely, every time I watch a documentary that's wild, I'm like, oh, I'm making good choices.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making so many good choices.
Even my bad choices
are good choices.
Good choices.
Yeah.
In
the tier is so high.
Yeah.
So for this episode, we're going to be talking about 2 Netflix documentaries. 1, The Crash, and then 2, which is a 3-part one called Should I Marry a Murderer?
Should I Marry a Murderer?
What a title. What a title. So we're going to go into both of those because they are kind of similar in a way. They have some similarities, some overlapping. Cars are related in them, vehicular things.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And just talk about our thoughts on it. So if you either want a recap of those or you watch them and you want to listen to somebody talk about them, this is the episode for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have more to say to that?
I was thinking if I did, but I decided I didn't want to anymore.
Okay. Well, before we get into that, we should do the catch-up. Okay, so I actually have a The Crash related You're Done story for you today.
Who did you take out?
No one, but I was in a vehicle and weird things happened. Oh. So I went to a conference for work this week and I needed to take Ubers quite the distance, like basically to by the airport. So that's a long Uber for the record, especially when you need to be there for 9. It's like a 90-minute Uber. It should not take that long, but because of traffic. So I'm in this Uber, and for the most of the ride, the guy is pretty quiet. And then I don't know what happened.
Was there music?
Yeah, there was music.
Sometimes I feel like when there's no music and it's long, I'm like, aren't you creeped out? Like,
yeah, what's going on here?
Exactly.
So there was music, and interestingly enough, it happened to be like African Christian gospel music.
Of course.
So whatever. And I'm living my life. I'm like on my phone. And out of nowhere, he starts to ask me about FIFA. He's like, oh, are you going to the World Cup or do you like it or whatever? And I was like,
you're like, balls.
Wrong crowd. Wrong crowd. But no. And for this conference, it's like more dressed up. So I was wearing a blazer, which whatever. But like, so that conversation dies pretty quickly. And then he just out of nowhere goes, so what's the fastest way to be rich in Canada?
Oh.
And I was like,
girl, if I knew.
Exactly. If I knew, I wouldn't be in this.
I wouldn't be in this Uber. I have a driver.
Exactly. I'd be in an Uber XL.
What a question, though.
So I was like, I don't really know. And then that conversation sort of like peters out a little bit because I'm like, I don't know, maybe you need to be a lawyer or a doctor or whatever. And then somehow it takes this like hard left turn into him talking about how he's from Ghana.
Okay.
And that one of the biggest lies that they tell people in Africa is that white people don't have asses. And that the white women there are super flat. And how now that he's been in Toronto for a year, he's like, why did they lie to me? The women here all have big butts.
So you're saying all of the white people just have flat butts?
That's what what he is relaying to me is that is what is being communicated to him in Africa.
The African women booty are much bigger than any Caucasian
of
person
course.
Here.
But then
for sure.
But then he goes into how there's really big butts and those are fun for a night.
Oh.
But if it's just but he wants a big butt that he could enjoy all the time and they can't be that big. Mind you, he had told me earlier that he has a girlfriend.
But he wanted to make sure to let
that I knew that the white women have big butts. But it doesn't stop there.
Oh.
So then it continues, and then it gets into like really dangerous territory where you're like, why are you? Because I'm not really saying anything. As soon as we started talking about sports, I like don't have much to say. Now we're talking about women's butts. I'm like,
you're like, my audience is really not.
Yeah, because he was like, well, what do you think? And I was like, well, I grew up here. That's all I could say. Because I didn't know what. Then he gets into this whole conversation about how like the black people from Africa are the real black people. And that he's like, then he's telling me that he's going to invite me to Africa and I would be able to meet the president because white
Ghana?
people are so trustworthy. And I was like, colonialism would beg to differ, to be honest.
Exactly.
And it's just like, and I'm literally just like, oh, huh.
Did he let you know that he's the prince?
I don't know, but
and
it just was
transfer you some money.
Or like if I transfer him some money, he'll transfer me more back.
Yeah.
It was just, but because the Uber was so long, I'm just like, oh my God, what do I do? And I'm just trying to smile, but also be like, I don't want to instigate any more of this because what if you just drive us off the fucking freeway?
Well, I don't.
That's not gonna happen. But that was how I connected it to the crash. It was very you're done. Like, how did we go from FIFA to let me introduce you to the president of Africa, the entire continent?
He said the president of Africa or the president of Ghana.
He was not specific. He was very. He said I could take you to Africa and you could meet the president. That was his exact terms. And I was like, which one? Just tell me which one. It was so bizarre.
Oh, wow.
Anyways, that was my you're done moment.
I definitely didn't have a story like that. That's golden. That's golden.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I call this you're done, but sure, I will.
An update story.
An update you're done is that I watched Off Campus.
Okay. You know, this is very relevant.
It is very us.
We go back to episode 1 of season 4. We talked about Heated Rivalry, and now we got Off Campus.
We did.
I won't be watching, so I need your...
How come? Because it's straight?
For sure. I'm watching Love Island, and that is enough. That's enough.
I will say why you should watch it.
Okay. Tell me more.
Yes, because there is sexual content. And
is it really graphic?
Let me say something.
Oh, sorry.
Because there's sexual content and there's hockey is why there's a lot of like, oh, it's like Heated Rivalry, but it's very different.
Okay.
It's not like, it just so happens that there's hockey and bum bums.
It's not it's not a like, will they, won't they? It's not like sexual tension.
Yes, there is, but I'm thinking like people just were yearning for having that topic, that theme,
that itch scratched.
That itch scratched. I actually really enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's like a yearning in like a really like sweet way.
Okay.
Which comes out of like a trauma that she's gone through. And like, I looked it up too, because I was like, how old are these people? Look, the main girl's 19 and the main guy's 28. But like, she's just on the edge of legal. Yeah. Right? But I'm like,
in America, she would be not considered legal.
But isn't it a Canadian show?
Well, that's an interesting thing I wanted to tell you about it. It's not a Canadian show, but it's by a Canadian author, Elle Kennedy, who wrote, fun fact, go back to Kevin's episode about gay
romance novels.
You know the book that he said that was his favorite book of all time? She wrote it.
Oh, well, then this makes
sense. She writes it all.
She understands.
It's the hymn series.
I did really, like, I watched it in 2 days. I just had it on while I was working.
Okay.
And like, it has like some themes that you're like, you know, this is important themes to talk about. Like, if, for example, if you were sexually assaulted, how do you essentially ever feel like you can be with someone again?
Okay. Yeah.
Right?
That's deep.
Yeah. So it has like moments of that. And then like she is in school and she's going to lose her scholarships and she's there for music. So she has to figure out how to not lose her scholarship. And just so happens that she has like 3-4 different jobs. And one of them is she's like busy. Cleans like the locker rooms and stuff like that. So in the first episode, what gives it the Heated Rivalry feel? Yeah. Literally maybe the first 5 minutes, she's like has headphones on and she's humming, you know, she's cleaning exactly. And Mr. Man, who's the main guy, like the captain of the hockey team, is taking a shower. And you know, these showers, these places have no like curtain. No. There's no dividers. There's nothing.
Very open.
And so she thought that no one was there. And then he's showering, and so you see his whole back, and then she's looking at him, and I guess then he turns around and doesn't go, oh, and he goes, anything you're looking for?
Oh.
And like that was like the beginning. So that's why I think
it's basically the start of Heated Rivalry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that locked me in.
You were locked in.
I locked in. You were locked in. That, but then I stayed for the theme.
Okay.
And at the end, I did have a little moisture in my eye at a certain moment.
Anywhere else?
Yeah, maybe. Right? But like, I do suggest it's like, 8 episodes or so. It's like the straight version for sure of Heated Rivalry, but it does have a heartwarming.
Which one's better?
But it's hard.
No, which
Heated
one's
Rivalry
better?
Is better.
Okay.
But this one is still a good story.
Sure. No one's just because one is better doesn't mean one is bad.
Well,
I just want to know
which one's better.
Yeah, the gay or the straight one.
No, because
in Pride Month, remember it is Pride Month.
I know. I did say Heated Rivalry is better.
Yeah,
and also because I went into Heated Rivalry not knowing what it was going to be about at all. Versus everyone was already talking about off campus. Exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So watch it. Tell us what you think.
Well, not on Pride Month. You can watch it July 1st. You can wait until July 1st.
We've all watched Heated Rivalry. We've all watched. And they said that it's
and rewatch Heated Rivalry for Pride Month.
I think April is when it comes
2027,
out. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, but it's because they had to write it and they have to shoot it and blah, 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 blah. It will be worth the wait.
Yeah.
And I'm clocking in my straight quota right now with Love Island. So I will not be clocking in any more time.
I will say though, Love Island, which we'll have an episode about, but
soon.
That one is more cringy in the best way.
Yeah.
This is not cringy. It's not cringy. It's it's a good love story.
I watch it and then I'm like, I'm straight.
Yes.
It converted me.
Now that will be a crazy documentary that we can.
Off campus turned me straight.
Yeah. It's a good love story. Okay. I'll say that.
Cute.
If you're getting too much ick from Love Island, this will be a nice
palate cleanser.
Exactly.
Ooh. Well, you know what isn't a palate cleanser?
Death.
In some cultures, it might be, but no, correct. Which is what both of our documentaries focus on.
I will start off by saying, it is truly sad what happened in both of them. So we're not laughing at the piece.
No,
we're more.
Sometimes you have to laugh through the pain.
Yeah, but we're more inquisitive about the drama that went around it.
Yeah,
you just needed to preface that.
Yeah, so
R.I.P.
Let's rip hard. Let's start with the crash. Can you give the audience an overview of what the crash is about? I have a couple of notes that I can add into, but
I'm the worst with people's names, so you're gonna tell me the names.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I, as you know, am not as much online as Mr. Brendan.
That's right.
And so I had said, hey, boo, did you hear about this documentary about this girl who essentially killed one of her friends and her boyfriend?
Yeah.
And the only reason I know about it is because I can see that she's tweeting about it and messaging, saying that she wants Kim Kardashian to be her lawyer.
Which, fun fact, Kim Kardashian is not a lawyer.
No,
so
she is not. She has not passed the bar yet. However,
and she's quit it. She's decided she's not doing it.
Kim has had a lot of connection with justice reform and things like that. I will give her flowers.
Yeah,
right?
For sure.
But this girl is just wanting the clout.
Yes, truly.
She's just wanting the clout. Remind me her first
Her
name.
name is McKenzie Shirilla.
Thank you. She is a girl who was 18, I believe, at the time. One of those girls in high school that you're like, do I ever want to be friends with this chick? Because super self.
The fake eyelashes was enough for me to know she was a danger.
She was a danger, and she's giving that if you don't do it my way, there's no way, including us all going.
Really intense, for
really
sure.
Intense. Yeah. And the documentary essentially talks about how her school time was in high school. A couple of her friends were speaking on it as well, talking about her relationship with her boyfriend, who is 3 years older.
Yeah.
And everything that went on in that kind of relationship, the toxicness that did happen in that relationship.
Yeah.
And ultimately, there was a crash that happened that
was a really freak crash.
Yes.
It was very
into
weird...
a wall and almost exploded. It was her boyfriend and her friend in the back.
Yeah.
Both unfortunately passed away. She lives.
Yeah, and was hurt, but surprisingly.
She had but in my mind, she was we're all going. You don't do a crash like that thinking you're coming out of this.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So she lives. These two people unfortunately passed away.
And essentially it follows the court case And we all know that she's in jail. She's already in jail, right?
Because this is from 2022.
Yeah, and there's been multiple documentaries about it in the past, but now it's on Netflix. And essentially, you're there sitting determining whether you think she did it or not.
Yeah.
But then she also has Delulu parents.
Oh, yeah. You can see how she was sort of like created from this environment of parents that are like, there's a version of being too supportive where you actually enable really bad,
very much enabled.
like what turns out to be like murderous behavior, basically.
Yeah. And they've created.
They never see an issue with her.
No, they're like, and my favorite part, honestly, of the whole documentary is when the judge is clocking the mom. When it was the sentencing trial, and the mom was trying to like plead the case for her daughter not to get life in prison. And she was like, well, aren't you going to think about the other people that died? And then the mom was like, well, it was a new friend. Girl.
I mean, one of the things that was crazy to me is like right after the crash or like very quickly after it, she's still in the hospital and she's literally like publicly in comments talking with people on her Instagram about getting like a brand deal and like opportunities to talk to people, and you're like, what is going in through your and her mom was the one doing it on her Instagram for her.
Absolutely.
Cuckoo bananas. Crazy.
But what was like the thing that like really made the officials believe that this was not an accident was that I did not know that a car has a version of a black box.
Okay.
Right? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right. And apparently it was able to assess the last few seconds before the crash.
Okay.
And it was able to determine that the accelerator was at full pedal,
fully pressed down.
Foot down. And there was no movement on the brake. Right. Meaning that like you would have to do that on purpose.
Right.
To do that. And there was some like jolting of the wheel, which they think that maybe
probably
the two others are trying to like stop her.
God, that's
right.
Terrifying.
And so when I watched it, the moment I was like, okay, could this be an accident? Like this girl's alive, but could this be an accident?
Yeah.
The moment I was like, this hoe did it.
She did it.
Was when ever a documentary has an empty seat and then someone comes in after and sits in it and it's like the main person.
Yeah.
Cue it up because I'm ready to watch. I'm ready to watch.
Yeah.
And she sits down with her top bun and her lashes done. I said, this hoe did it.
She did it. Yeah, well, because there's one of the, like, I actually didn't know the case before watching this at all. I hadn't heard anything about it. I don't know, like, how I was able to go. I had seen that it was, like, becoming popular on Netflix. But one of the things obviously, when I'm first watching, I'm like, did this girl do this? Like, how do you even intentionally try to kill people in a car like that and then not die? Because, like, I actually never had the thought that you did it thinking you were all going out. I was like, how did you time it so...
she would think that she would live from that?
Well, that's the thing. I was like, if you did it intentionally, I don't know. It didn't make sense. It doesn't make... I think that's the thing that like people struggle with is like, how could you be that deranged that you'd be like, well, I'm taking us all out.
But that's how it felt.
And so part of one of the things I talk about is like when they were assessing the car, one of her flip-flops was like stuck under the gas. And so before they do the black box thing, you're like, oh, maybe that's it. But then
I'm like, not a flip-flop holding down the accelerator.
Yeah, but it is scary. Like that's why you're not supposed to wear like open toe. But the fact that then they were like the brake wasn't being pressed at all. Like if that was going wrong, if something was going on with the car, you would be trying
the manual brake. Like,
you would do anything. Yeah.
And that like it sped up after that turn. Either way.
Yeah, because the intersection is wild. Like if you haven't seen it, the crash is happening in a way that you would like not.
S.
Yeah, you would like that. You would like swerve and turn into something, but the way that it was like directly into that building, wild.
Well, so one of the things I don't know if it's current best friend or ex-best friend, who essentially was being filmed to like tell her version of the story. She like did a post afterwards and said that like, Netflix left so much out, which we've talked about before.
Yeah, that's a common. Yeah.
And she's like, you made it seem that I'm okay with her doing this or if it happened, because those are my best friends too. But they really did make her look like
she was supporting
like
her.
supporting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it was weird. There's like a whole thing where she's like getting really like McKenzie is getting all like amped up about making sure like everyone has access to her. She's like, my friends need to be able to send me letters and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, your priorities are so backwards and twisted. And like, how is nobody?
But I think because like that same friend was like, oh, when I first found out about McKenzie, I wanted to be her friend. And like, I had like 250,000 followers.
Yeah.
And I was like,
wait,
what? Right? And like, because I model and stuff.
I guess there's room for everybody.
I said, okay, right?
Yeah.
And so they said that quick, but I heard it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
And so she's like, I wanted to do like stuff with her. And I was like, okay, sure, girl,
Weird.
get it.
You
but like the mom, so there's like a clip that I saw later.
Okay.
2 different clips that I want to talk about. And it was like a phone call with the mom. And apparently this call was right before she was actually sentenced to murder and the amount of time.
Okay.
And the mom was like, no, like, I don't care what this judge is saying. Like, she's delusional. Like there is no murder. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, girl, can you not even have a tidbit of empathy? Whether it was an accident or not.
Yeah.
People pass.
Because she never admits to being guilty, like in the court process.
No.
Right? Yeah.
No. She says it because, a sickness that she just magically had that could have caused it. But then there's
because she's like, I'm amnesiac. I can't remember anything.
From just that day.
Just that day and just the minutes before.
But then apparently in that clip, someone wrote that in the hospital, she was making like gibberish sounds to her mom, and apparently they have their own language, and in that gibberish she was telling her mom to say it's because of the condition.
Weird. Well, here's the news that I have for you on this one. So it recently came out like within a day or so ago. So one of her fellow inmates was released.
Oh, I've seen that.
And she's basically admitted to doing it. She admitted to all these people that like she did it on purpose, and like all the things that the documentary tries to basically like try to sort of, it's true.
But you know what though? Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
If I'm in prison, right?
Yeah. I'm not admitting to shit.
I'm already in prison.
No.
No, but think about it this way. Okay, I gotta think streets for a second, okay?
What is okay, Katasha, put us in the streets.
Let me put it in the streets. It's hard out here in a jail, right? I can only imagine that, like, you need to make nice with people because someone will mess you up, okay?
Yeah.
Now, if I'm telling people in jail, I'm already in jail for life, like, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, no, I didn't do it. No, I'm going to say, yeah, I did that so that you know I did that. So don't mess with me.
You think I'm crazy enough to run in? But the way the girl was saying is that...
You know what I mean? Like, why not say that? Because, so even if she didn't, it looks better for her street cred if she said
that's an interesting perspective. I think, like, to be honest, how dumb this girl is and how like much she likes attention. I wouldn't be surprised if she was using it for street cred, but in the way that was like, it's true and she wants to be, she likes the fame she's getting out of it.
Absolutely.
Which is like so twisted.
And
that's like sociopathic behavior.
So much. And I don't know if it's that same inmate that came out that's having that conversation, but there is someone who's like doing a bunch of like Instagram reels and TikTok reels about her time in jail with her. And she's like, oh, don't be sad for this girl because she's eating well. Because,
of course,
like,
she's getting so much money for commissary.
Exactly. And all her makeups and da-da-da-da. And she goes, just because your makeup is from dollar store doesn't mean you look better than me, ho. And I was like, oh my goodness. Right? So I respect it. If I just got out of jail and I needed to like get
some dollars.
Some dollars in attention, I'm going to talk about this girl that I was just in jail with.
Well, and also like that's an environment that nobody else is getting information out of. So it's like, okay, time to capitalize.
Like watching, do you ever watch like prison shows that it's like, there was this one on A&E and it, if I can't remember what it's called.
A&E, what a throwback.
Oh, loved an A&E. I still do. Storage Wars? Come on now.
Storage Wars.
Come on. And essentially it's like, could you handle jail? And it puts you in jail for like a week or whatever.
No, I don't think I could.
So I like watching those, or like Scared Straight and like shit like that. I love that. Bring you to a women's prison. Oh, I think that's worse than a men's prison, to be completely honest.
Why?
Oh, because Because girls, we get things done when needed, okay?
Say more.
Listen, I think if I could be
like if you're gonna get whacked, it's gonna be
in the wall just to see it. Like, cattiness is catty.
Right.
A men's prison isn't catty. They're just
maybe direct.
Yeah. Or like shank you or whatever. Like this one is like, oh, you're going to be poisoned.
Right. They're putting cyanide in your food.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people at the cafeteria are going to get you.
Yeah.
I did watch Orange is the New Black and I did love that show.
There we go.
But no, my version of this is, have you ever seen the like people that do like pen pals or like romance with like people?
Oh my gosh, yes.
So there's like a couple of really fun Instagram, TikTok accounts where it's like gay inmates who like send their profiles to become pen pals, like love pen pals with people. And like me and my friends have definitely gone on the websites and like
did. I was like, wait,
well,
what?
no, but one
you just said you had
one friend has like really considered it because he's like, they're really hot. And I'm like, girl, you need help. But like, go for it. Get your man.
That's actually very popular. Like there's people that are on like death row who get like
think of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She came out with a husband. So
she came out with a husband.
And
does
then
she have a child now?
him with a different guy. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
the
that.
baby is with a different man.
Get it, girl.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild.
Well, I don't think this girl's getting out though.
I don't know. I don't think so.
In order to get parole, you need to have shown some sort of remorse.
Yeah, and she has 4 counts of murder, which is crazy.
Why does she have 4?
I don't know, but
there's 2 people that died.
Maybe I don't know, but there was 4.
You just make up numbers?
No, I Wikipedia. How
do you get 4 counts of murder on 2 people?
Oh, you do when they really don't like you. They say
you can't murder someone twice.
Maybe you can.
She has
Maybe you
2
can
cases.
try twice.
I'm unwell
each time.
So, anyways, she's in there for I think each one was 15 to 30 to life.
So she's
times 2.
Times 4.
Okay.
So 120 years.
Her top bun will get higher and higher.
Yeah. Grayer and grayer.
She had that, I said, she did it. But like,
not the top bun being the thing that gives it away.
Girl.
I just love it.
Girl.
I'm obsessed.
It was giving, like, listen, and I respect it because, I'm from Regent. I love a good girl from Scarborough. Like, that was
She reminded me of Bad Baby.
Oh, yeah.
She's giving very similar vibes.
Yeah. I hear that. But, like,
not Scarborough clocking. Like,
no, I say this in the best way. Like, my girl had the big earrings. She had her edges were like were down.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. This girl, she did it. She did. She said she's comfortable in prison.
Clearly.
Like, tell Kim, one of the videos said, oh, tell Kim that all I wear is Skims. I said, I think all you wear is
your prison uniform.
But like, listen, we'll never truly know. However, I need her parents to watch this documentary and then say, you know what? Maybe we should be a little empathetic to the other parents that lost a child.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, because that wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
No.
Okay, so our second documentary that we have is called Should I Marry a Murderer? So, did you know this story before?
No, I had never heard of it before. Had you?
I hadn't, but apparently there was already like a BBC documentary about it and stuff. So this is the first time that they were doing it from the perspective of the girl. So this story is based around this girl named Caroline Muirhead. She basically it focuses on her relationship that she has with this man, Alexander, quote, Sandy McKellar, who she meets off of Tinder. She meets him in a dark time in her life. This is all happening in Scotland, so they have great Scottish accents, which I live for. Basically, they form this romance during the pandemic. He lives out in the Highlands. She starts to go visit him. The fjords. She goes out to start visiting him. They start dating, and like things move very quickly, very fast. Within basically 4 months of being together, he proposes.
Oh, I thought it was 2. Maybe I got that timeline.
Maybe it was 2, but it was like very quick.
And he never actually even like proposed. It was more like,
yeah, he was drunk and was
and then posted on Facebook.
Yeah. So they have this like really tumultuous, like this very like hard, fast relationship. And through it, eventually he then confides in her.
Oh, wait. You have to say the way that he did it, because at that time, when you now are engaged, your friends and your family are like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, this is wild.
You then decide, is there anything that you'd want to tell me?
Yeah, maybe I should know something about you.
Maybe now, in 4 months, 2 months, whatever it was, while driving, babe, is there anything like a child or anything I should know about? Yeah. That's what's important, because it came out very nonchalant.
Very cash, in which he then tells her that he was basically accessory to, but also sort of mastermind behind what he originally says is an accidental death that him and his twin brother cover up, which is basically the murder, which is now determined as the murder of the cyclist Tony Parsons. What his first story is that he tells her is that they were drunk after a bar. They were driving home, and then it was really dark. They ended up hitting a cyclist. The cyclist dies. They freak out because they've already had trouble with the law.
This is what he told her originally.
Originally, this is the original story. They already had trouble with the law, so they didn't know what to do, and they buried him. It then comes out through time and whatever, which she obviously starts to freak out at first, to be like, oh my God, this guy, like, what happened? But she can weirdly in her own mind is able to basically logic herself out of it, being like, okay, well, it was an accident, whatever. Mm-hmm. And then over time, she basically discovers that the cyclist didn't die on impact. He was not well, obviously, from having been hit by a car. And then the brothers decide to then kill him and hide his body. So now it becomes
you're a murderer.
And he basically tells her this through the course of like drunk, highness, blah, blah, blah. All these things start to come out. She, in finally somebody in a documentary has a fucking brain, has some sense of guilt about knowing this, and eventually goes to the police to say, hey, I've heard about this murder or this death. I know some information. Where this gets crazy and just continues to get worse and worse and worse and worse.
She's an educated doctor.
She is a doctor.
She's well
literally
educated.
Works in a morgue.
Yeah.
It's crazy. She does autopsies. It's wild. She continues to date this man, continues to go out to the Highlands, continues to have a relationship while basically becoming an informant to the police.
While becoming a drug addict.
While also becoming a drug addict. The layers upon which this woman continues to make bad decision after bad decision. Eventually, the twins, so her fiance at the time and his twin brother who murdered this guy, find out that she told the police, and then she lets them live with her in her apartment.
No, at that point, they weren't living. They didn't know yet.
But they were living with her.
They were living, but it wasn't until
she continues to let them live.
Yeah.
It is.
No, at that point, they're not both living with her because he's like the other twin goes to another place. But what was wild is that when they find out, he comes crashing to her house. I'm like, girl, you're about to die.
Yeah, this is it's gonna be murder 1, murder 2.
Exactly. Like watching through the window of him like coming into your house because he has the key. Surprisingly, he is like, I understood why you did it. I understood why you turned us in.
Yeah,
I still love you. And I'm like,
what?
Right? But okay, let me trace back for a moment, because there's moments about her that I'm like, I felt very sad about.
Okay, like you could empathize with her, or sad about her life? Because
a little bit of both. Okay, so like first things first. When he told her that he essentially did this, they were driving through the fjords at night, and he asked for her key and for her phone as he stepped out of the car to tell her the story.
Yeah, they're like, it's like supposed to be a kind of romantic moment. They're like under the stars.
I think it was like, if I
have to push you into the lake. Yeah.
And so at that moment, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes.
Right.
In this moment, when you are in the fjords
with this like really big man, he's tall,
really sweet. Da-da-da-da.
Well, I'm just thinking of like how imposing he would have been. Yeah.
In that moment, if someone
shooting
told
guns.
you this and has many
guns, is on a hunting range.
In this moment, and knows how to tear up an animal / body.
Yeah.
In this moment, what would you do?
Oh, I would have been like, it's okay, sweetie.
Exactly.
It's okay, sweetie. And then I would have been like,
you know what? I understand.
I would have been like blocked, deleted, moved to a different country, reported to the fucking police, and then put into special victim or whatever. Where you hide the people.
Hi, Mariska.
Where you hide the people. Like, what is it called when you hide a witness?
Oh, the
witness protection order.
Protection.
Yeah.
So I agree with you in the sense that, like, I would be like, babe, no worries.
It happens to everybody.
It happens to everybody.
I would have done the same.
I'd be like, I would have done the same. You know what? I love you so much. Nothing could ever tear us apart. And then drive me back home. But the problem is that he's still at his house till the next day. Then she drives home. Now, I can understand when you've gone through a bad breakup of 8 years, right? And
devastating.
Now you're devastated. Now you think you found your person, right?
But in 2 months?
It happens, right? And you think you found your person, and then they drop this bomb on you?
No.
I think you need, like, I understand that she needed a second, right? Like, she didn't take too long.
Because she sat on it for a little while.
She didn't take too long. I think it was like 3 days.
No, it was longer than that.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Watch it back, okay? She had some sense.
Roll the tapes.
She had some sense, right? And so I think, like, you need to, like, for me, I don't think I would take a moment to be like, I want to still be with this person. I would take a moment and be like, if I tell, what will happen to me?
Yeah.
That's where
of course. And I understand that. Yeah.
It's not like, oh, will I still be with this person? It's like, no, because it's going to trace back to me that how is it that, like, 2 days later you get they find you?
Yeah, the police go to your home and stuff. Yeah.
No one has known about this for 3 years.
Well, that guy is so dumb to think
you got away with this with no evidence at all towards you.
Well, and that's what I mean. Like,
I
the
think
guy
he wanted
was
to get caught.
Maybe maybe his guilt was
maybe his guilt. He's like, I'm going to tell this.
But also, like, the fact that he didn't immediately think it was her. The timeline was, like, ridiculous.
The timeline is
you told a new person, and then the police know.
Yeah, right after 3 years.
Suspicious.
But the part that I liked, because yes, she was going through the rabbit hole for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
But parts of her was trying to peek through. Okay.
Yeah. Some of that doctor brain was fighting for its life.
And so the police, who really did her dirty.
Yeah,
they did her dirty.
That ends up being the main focus of this documentary.
Yeah, you did not help her, and said, we need to know where the body is. So can you find out where the body is?
Can you go back?
Can you go back to him? Which, like, at the beginning, she wasn't having this kind of connection with him, but because they still wanted more, she was there. So I think that they definitely caused some of this strife.
Yeah.
But then they go out to the fjords and brings her to the area, and my girl is drinking a Red Bull.
Sugar-free.
Sugar-free.
It's important to note that.
It is important to know that. Sugar-free Red Bull. And he's like, he's here. This is where we normally stand when we're shooting the doves, right? And so she's like, oh, okay. Right? And then they're heading back to their car, and she throws the Red Bull can over her shoulder so it could be a point of reference.
Yeah.
And then he turns because he sees it and he goes, why'd you throw that? Immediately, I'd be like, are you throwing that so that you can mark where I said that the body is? But instead, he goes, basically, don't litter, babe.
Yeah. Don't ruin the pristine graveyard.
Exactly. And so she's like, oh my God, babe, I don't even know why I did that.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Oh, I'm wild.
Proceeds to go back, and instead of picking it up, crushes it into the ground more so that the marker stays.
Which then, why didn't he be like, give me that empty can? Like, why was he?
He never said, oh, where's the can?
Where's the can? Right? The can never reappears.
The can never reappears. And so ultimately they find the body because they're able to find
because they use the marker. Yeah.
And even then, they're still not helping this girl, knowing that
those were some of the facts where I was like, God, like the way that you would have never been able to, if she had not done that.
Yeah.
If that had, like, if these things had not gone
well. You would have never found that body.
Yeah.
And then the woman who was like, I'm an expert on soil.
She was like an archaeologist, literally. She's like, well, we need to go. Like, they were taking 1 millimeter of dirt off a day. And I was like, hurry the fuck up.
This girl's going to get decapitated.
Get them.
No, hurry up.
Like, get a bulldozer and just start.
Vroom.
Vroom, vroom.
She's like, this piece of wood is not indigenous to this area.
And I'm like, hurry up. Oh, my God.
So the moment that had me like, oh my God, my heart, when they would show her mom and dad.
Yeah.
And you can tell that her dad is a strong Scottish man, right?
British. They were British.
Were they British?
Yeah, it was weird because there was like they had the wrong accent for where they were.
Well,
but
he was part of.
He was from the
and
UK.
When he broke down,
because he was so scared. Yeah,
I was like, girl, you're putting everyone in a predicament, but you're putting yourself in a big one.
Yeah,
right. But I think part of her was like, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah,
because I'm not being helped by the police. They're gonna stay in my house for 2 weeks.
But they weren't even supposed to be there. For the record, the twins were supposed to be. They were like court mandated to stay somewhere else.
And he was like,
so she broke the law with them. When the detectives come into her house, well, he is there sleeping. I was like,
help her.
And they're just like, why are they here? Shut the fuck up.
Help me. Right? Like so bad. But then that part was already crazy when they're staying at her house. Okay. I'm like, maybe and all the while she's recording him.
Yeah, she has all these voice notes of him.
So like she's still doing her civil duty. She's trying to do her civil duty.
Yeah.
But like not get murdered herself. But like, let me sleep in bed with you and do drugs,
Yeah. And get.
Yeah. So it was one thing when that happened. When finally they're out of her house and now she has this opportunity to be alone. When she's just like, guys, you just don't understand. I was so lonely. So I went to live with him.
Back in the fjords. In the Highlands. Where no one can find you.
Where no one found him for 3 years, right? Like, so, like, that's when I was like, Mama.
I cannot stand you anymore.
I was like, this isn't good for anyone. And all the while now, they're all holding hands because everyone knows that, like, you told that
they're digging up a body and we're about to go to court.
Yeah. Do
you want to do some Kidman? You want to do some Kidman?
Yeah, and so now, all the while, they're trying to find more evidence so that they can truly, because I don't know why you don't think you have all the evidence. There's recordings of him saying, better him than me.
Yeah.
If he, you know what I mean? Like, it's just
we hid the man at this XY coordinate.
Like, what else do you need, right? And so, they're like, we need to find the bike. We need the whole government and the police are trying to find
smoking gun, which is actually a bike.
We're trying to find this bike. And then she goes, you know what? I have to find the bike.
On the day that she's supposed to appear in court as a witness. Like, she was like, you know what? This will be better. I dyed my hair red. This will be better.
I've made friends with the wrong crowd. I'm just doing coke every day.
The thing and she records herself constantly. She is constantly. And I realize that it actually is a symptom of Snapchat. Like most of what it is like it's a lot of, this will take you back to a time because it happened in like 2020. It's that puppy dog filter and the fairy filter and the flower crown filter keeps reappearing. And you're like, you know what? I guess this is helpful for this documentary, but also at the same time, like, girl, you're recording yourself?
Yeah. And then she literally said that she was having an actual breakdown when she was singing that French song
while she's wading through a pond at a random waterfall that she's like, I hope this is the one.
But alas, I think because she didn't go the first day to be a witness is why the defense somehow magically were able to change what the ruling was from murder to killed. Because apparently if you kill someone is different than if you murder someone.
Which I guess in a sense, like,
are they dead?
They didn't premeditatively like find that man and kill and murder him. But
there's manslaughter, there's different divisions of murder. I think killed is on the same one. So ultimately his brother, I think he got more than his brother, one of the two. But they got like 5 years. One got 5 years, another got like 15 years.
They're going to be out soon enough. And they're going to be doing Kedman in the pub with her.
I just really hope that, because she almost lost her job, she lost her mind, she lost many of
her dignity.
But like, you know what? These men sometimes they can cause that from you.
I guess the dick must be so good.
It must have been
that
so
big
good because
Scottish Viking D.
Girl, I really hope that. But you know what? Because she's like narrating.
Yeah. She's the focal point.
She looked good.
She did.
She looked good.
And didn't she get back together with her like
No.
Didn't
No, that's
Oh, that was a different. Yeah, sorry, I'm confusing.
She has a new man that's more caring and understanding,
right? And we love that for her,
right? And so, should you marry a murderer? No.
The answer. It's funny because it's a 3-part series, but it could have been answered with one word.
The answer is no. But there's so many times in the documentary that my jaw was on the ground, like
gagged.
There's so many opportunities, but then at the end, I respected that. I don't know who it was, but like. A representative for witnesses was like, they did her dirty.
Yeah, the police
did not
did
help
her.
Yeah. The police did not help her.
There was a lot of things
What's
they didn't do.
What's the point of coming for her? That's what like she was saying, is that like she did everything for you.
Yeah, if you won't protect her. Yeah. They didn't even give her a therapist. Like, it was crazy. Cuckoo crazy.
And then what was the worst part is that finally they did an investigation and that person apparently got like a week.
Oh, yeah, reprimanded.
For a week.
Don't do yet again. When somebody comes to you with a murder case, you better believe them. Like, fuck off. I don't know. This is the thing. You can't trust police. Seriously? In any country. In any country, in any place.
The guy I'm dating just told me that he killed someone and
they're not
buried.
Like, get out, we'll protect you.
Yeah.
They're like, can you go back?
Can you go back and record and find out more
information? Can you find
exactly
where the body is? Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
oh my gosh.
Watch these two, y'all.
Watch them.
We know we gave you a lot of information about them, but it's
the same thing as like My Sweet Bobby and Caterpillar and all the other ones we've done.
Did we tell the tea about Caterpillar?
No, we did not, but we'll save that for another time.
Okay.
We have good tea.
We got good tea.
One of our future episodes needs to be about the TV series, documentary series called Neighbors. You need to watch it. It will change your life. If you thought what we've just talked about was gaggy, I have never been so gagged about a documentary in my life about everything, every episode. Anyways.
Okay.
We're going to be doing more of these, so stay tuned.
It will be a series.
A series.
I do love a documentary.
We do love it.
I do. And it's funny because Angel will look at me like, Are you okay?
And you're like, no.
He murdered her. He cut her legs off. He
decapitated.
She took away his arms.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
yeah.
It's like
Say
when
more.
I watch to go to
Say
bed,
more.
I'm like this. He's like, you're twisted. No.
I love it.
I love it.
Anyways, thanks for listening.
Thanks, y'all.
What documentary should we watch next?
Yeah, give us a juicy
we need
one.
more. We have so many to choose from. But as always, like, comment, subscribe below. It was your done, and we'll be back soon.
It was your done.
It was your done.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.